This is Expose UX, where startup founders seek help from user experience experts.
When I saw that first screen, it didn't jump out to me really until you started explaining it.
So it might be a little confusing as to what I can click on and what I can't.
For the sake of their users, these founders place their egos aside.
I don't think you've done your homework. I'm completely confused.
Whether wireframes are fully launched, the experts help them advance their products. I'm your host, Richard Brevik. When I released my product, RivalSeek, over 30% of users were confused by it. I understood why, but didn't know how to fix it. That's when I turned to the experts, and now you can too. Let's meet them. Ken Tabor is the author of Responsive Web Design Toolkit, Hammering Websites into Shape. James Helms is the Director of Experience Design for Intuit. And Jeremy Johnson is the Vice President of Customer Experience for Project 202. Special thanks to the User Experience Professionals Association, Dallas Chapter. And also to Big Design Conference, September 8th through 10th, 2016 in Dallas, Texas. Filmed on location in the co-working space Fort Worth in the Alto 211 building. Welcome, Jonathan, to Expose UX. Could you provide us a little background on your company?
Sure. My name is Jonathan Lott, and we basically have an app that basically lets you make little snips of YouTube videos. So the idea is really that you can actually take a YouTube video, you can search for it and find it, and then you can actually put markers in the video so that you can come back and loop it. So in the app, I'll show you the introductory walkthrough. When you walk through the app, it'll actually say welcome, and as you tap on the screen, it actually lets you guide through what the buttons do and some of the features of the app. And so as you walk through the app, some of the features are you actually can loop the playback. There's looping features. There's a feature to add and remove the markers. And there's a way to lock the markers on the timeline. So if you move the timeline around, you can actually not have to move the markers while you're moving it. So, and then there's normal play controls like back, forward, next, previous. And then this is the app. So the idea of the app is basically like I search for a guitar tutorial, and I can actually play this video, and I had some sections marked off here. I can actually change the length of that loop, that region, and then I can swipe to actually jump to that region. And so the idea for that is when you're trying to learn something, you really want to follow at your own pace. And this guy's working on some really cool part that you want to practice. So you can actually set the loop feature, and it'll actually loop that section so that when you are following along, you can actually go back and forth and just keep practicing over and over again. The next thing is if you really wanted to slow the video down, you can move your finger down to slide it down to actually slow the speed of the song. And actually the audio maintains its pitch, but the video and everything gets slowed down. So it's very helpful. And then basically you can actually move across the timeline. You can actually zoom in on the timeline, and you can actually slide it around. So you can really get fine-grained kind of control of where you want to start and stop the sections of your app.
Yeah, so the interface is very clean, right? So you at the beginning you have those kind of what we would call coach marks, maybe, right? Where you're going through, right? And that's good. You might be able to showcase how, and even it could be a tutorial in a way. Like, could you show them like how they would use it?
I'm curious, partially about, is this also something that I would use for, like, what other uses would we have in terms of content other than a guitar video? Because that would help me sort of wrap my head.
Yeah, the other thing is really what I would like to kind of build upon is really the concept of taking moments of certain videos. So it could be like for me, it was really how-to stuff, like how to fix a leaky toilet, how to play an instrument, how to draw a picture. But it also could apply to just any moment in time where it's like some funny moment in a video or something really exciting. And so what I haven't built yet is any way of sharing this type of content.
So
and that's really what I want to build and elaborate on, as a way to, you take this little snip and you can actually share it across your social media platforms.
That was my next question.
So that's really kind of what I want to take it in the future.
Because I actually love the idea of being able to, close down to that one little moment and then pass that on to somebody else. That actually feels like a use case that was missing from what you demoed there.
Exactly.
I think the other thing that I was curious about is you've got all these editing features, and they're all in a very small space down sort of at the bottom, and you're giving a lot of preview space up in the top. And you might consider shifting when I'm in edit mode to bring that up and make that a little bit, I almost want to rotate it this way so that I've got even more manipulative space to work on the video. People typically look at videos like this because it's the bigger place to do it. So, and the more those tools can actually happen over the media and more direct manipulation of the media and less like buttons, I think is sort of a more modern way to approach content and media manipulation and editing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Well, when I think of UX, I'm always thinking about the flow, right? So like, where we are here, I get it. This is the editing. I do wonder where it's going from here. I do all this editing, and there's a lot of great tools, and I'll spend my time messing with it. Then what? So what? And then how did I get here? Like, did I search for videos on my phone, or I took a video, or I went to YouTube?
You actually search for a video. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the flow before this, where I'm searching on YouTube, like, this is a very nice high fidelity looking video. It seems like when I search on the internet, everything's blocky and pixelated and horrible. So I hope you can really nail that search step well. And then where do you go with this? So I made this, who cares? Like, when you look at this app, do you think in your head, what is the one thing a user can do? And if they do it, then they're hooked and they'll use my app every day. It'll be interesting once you get to passing this information on, once you've done an edit. Like, Jeremy gives me an edit for woodworking. And then you send it to me, then do I have to download the app? Because I'm not going to download the app. It's one time with the woodworking, I'm done. I'll never do it again. Can it deep link to the YouTube app or bookmark to the website? Because I don't want to edit. It's too much time. Like, he's got all the time in the world, and he's clever.
So people like to be known as experts, and again, go back to that community and that sharing, right? Like, the more you can share, the more people are going to know about it, and then they want to build their expertise on it, and then you'll grow. So.
A huge opportunity with every user experience is how do I personalize it, and then how does sharing it make it even more valuable to me? So that should absolutely be the next focus here. Would be thinking about the sharing experience.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
I hope that the feedback has been helpful.